Okay, along the lines, we're still on the topic of the Walter Payton Award watch list. Should there be a separate national award for the FCS Offensive Player of the Year award? Maybe the Cooper Kupp, Jerry Rice award. Two really, really good offensive players at the FCS level. Two players. Jerry Rice actually already has an award named after him, so maybe it should be the Cooper Kupp Offensive Player of the Year award. The reason I say this is because it feels like the Walter Payton Award has really turned into a quarterback award. It has been a QB who has won it 9 of the last 10 times. There have been 37 winners of the Walter Payton Award. The award debuted in 1987 and was won by Kenny Gamble of Colgate. No lineman has ever won the award. So to go back to my topic about the Walter Payton Award watch list having linemen on it, no lineman has ever won the award. A QB has won the award 70% of the time since it has been debuted. 36 winners of the Walter Payton Award, 26 of them have been quarterbacks. That makes me think, why don't we just make the Walter Payton Award the quarterback award? Whoever the best quarterback in FCS football is, that's who's up for the finalist of the Walter Payton Award. Well, one thing that just popped in my head as to why they may not want to do this is because say one year it's a down year for quarterbacks and, quarterback play is really subpar and if it becomes a quarterback award, you're going to have to award a quarterback, but maybe it doesn't look so hot giving it to a quarterback who, doesn't have a great stat line, but was throwing to a receiver who was, tearing it up. But in that same vein, his quarterback wins Walter Payton Award and his receiver won the Offensive Player of the Year award. But I just think it gives more players a chance to be recognized because I think there's some really good players in the FCS and they sometimes get overshadowed by some of these quarterbacks at the FCS level. Let's just make the Walter Payton Award a quarterback award. Let's give somebody else. Let's give other offensive players, running backs, receivers, maybe even an offensive lineman. Maybe that will open the door. But I don't even like that because we have the Remington Award for the best offensive lineman, so they are getting recognized. But there's no receiver award. And there doesn't necessarily have to, but I think there should be. There's the Bolitnikoff at the FBS level, so at the FCS level, why isn't there a best receiver award? Why not make a best receiver award? I wanted to compare it to the Heisman Trophy as well, so compare the Walter Payton Award, which is basically the best offensive player, but the Heisman is a little different. Mostly offensive players win the Heisman. A defensive player could win the Heisman. I think there's only been 1 or 2 defensive players. I know Charles Woodson. I can't even think of another offensive or defensive player who has won it. You guys might have to fact check me on that. But 43% of Heisman winners have been quarterbacks. Almost 50% of the Heisman winners have been running backs, halfbacks, and fullbacks. And if you know anything about the history of college football, a lot of teams used to be, it was the running back who was the guy, the halfback, the fullback, in the triple option, the wing T, whatever you want to call it. It was the running back, the halfback, or the fullback. Those were the guys on the team. That's why if you look at some of those early Heisman winners, they were all running backs. There was like a string of running backs for years and years and years that won it. So I think the Heisman's a little different because the Heisman isn't, for the best offensive player. It's for, the best player in the country, offensive or defensive. Obviously, mostly offensive players win it. I should have put the number of percentage of offensive players. It's probably like 99.9% of the time offensive players have won that award. And a good decent amount of time, quarterbacks and running backs have won that award. A couple of years ago, we saw Devontae Smith win it at the receiver position. That was awesome to see. But back to the FCS topic. I think we need an Offensive Player of the Year award. I think there should be more awards at the FCS level in general. But I think the Walter Payton Award should be a quarterback award. They seem to only give it to quarterbacks for the most part. It seems that you have to, as a receiver, you have to have a season like Cooper Kupp had, like 1,800 receiving yards, 20 touchdowns, like breaking all the records at every level. That's the only way you can really win the Walter Payton Award. I think they need to make it a little more fair. Make the Walter Payton Award a quarterback award. Make a Offensive Player of the Year award. Name it the Cooper Kupp Offensive Player of the Year award, or somebody of that ilk, or like an Adrian Peterson Offensive Player of the Year award. I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Have you guys thought about the fact that primarily only quarterbacks have won the Walter Payton Award? Obviously, it hasn't been around as long as the Heisman, but, in its short history, 37 winners, 26 of them have been quarterbacks, 70%. I don't know. It's pretty interesting to me. You guys let me know what you think about that in the comments, and I will move on.